Hello, everybody. I believe that we are live on the air, and my name is Dennis, and this is one of the first what I'm going to call UHangouts, which is hanging out with different Udemy instructors. And I'm very excited to have the first instructor on, who is Max Stryker, and he lives in Chile, and he started on Udemy back in 2011, but he didn't really get serious until May of 2014, which was last year. I started myself on the platform in July of 2014, and this guy has gone a lot further in his earnings than I have so far. So he's someone that I look to for information. So I want to go ahead and start off and welcome you, Max, to the first U Hangout.
Thank you, Dennis. I'm really honored to be your first guest in this sort of like talk show.
Yeah, great, great, great. So we've talked a little bit about what we're going to do for this hangout, and this is going to be about a 45-minute conversation, and we're just going to hang out, and we're going to talk about what Max has been doing on Udemy, and he's going to cover some great information. I think that is going to be very useful to other Udemy instructors. We're going to typically talk about things like marketing, course creation, struggles that an instructor might have, advice and tips that Max might have for other Udemy instructors, and also talk about what he's working on. And he's got a new course coming out that I think is going to be a hot course on the platform. So first of all, Max, um, I want to start out with what did you do before you? I know that we've talked before, but tell everyone what you did before you started out on Udemy. When you were younger, you told me the story how you kind of got started.
Yeah, well, I started out when I was 18 years old, and it all started out because I started studying business and economics, and I really didn't like the career that much. So eventually, I stopped going to class, and I hanged out in the library with my computer. So I started off looking at my future. Everything was like uncertain at the moment, and I knew I could do things myself, so I wanted to see what I could do by myself. I didn't want to rely on the education that college were able to give me. So I started like looking up different ways to make money online, to get yourself out there, because the internet gives us a lot of advantages and opportunities that weren't available in the past. But if you want like the concise answer about how I started online, was when I first realized that you could make money online. A while ago, I trained Muay Thai, that is like Thai boxing, and I really like the UFC and all the MMA things, and I trained like 3 times a week for about a year and a half. And one time I saw this movie called Never Back Down, and in that movie, someone enters a website, and that website was called Real Fights for Real. So after seeing that, I went to GoDaddy and I typed that website, and I saw that the domain name that they used in the movie was available, and it was available for only 400 bucks. And I really started out like thinking, well, if I get this domain, I'm sure that there are other people like me that will enter that URL only because it appears in the movie. Like the number that's in Bruce Almighty, the movie, the number that Jim Carrey used to call God, Morgan Freeman. Like someone owned that number, and they got like a million calls because, hey, are you God? I don't know. So I thought about that same principle, so I wanted to get that website. And I don't know, because I know that it would be free traffic.
Yeah, yeah.
So the thing that happened is that I was really unsure about spending 400 bucks in a website. So I basically started asking like my friends and my family, like, what did they think about it, and they all told me like, whoa, you're crazy, you can't spend $400 on something that doesn't exist. Like, you can touch it, it's not a product that you can feel or grab, I don't know. And I started like listening to them. It's like, okay, so I took those $400 and I invested them in another thing, and that went wrong. And 3 months later, I go back to check on this URL, and you couldn't buy it for $400. The asking price for that domain name was $72,000
Wow. And
for
you
that
did?
same domain, and I didn't buy it.
Oh no.
And it kept rising and rising and rising until a few years ago. I checked it out, and it was about like 300 or no, it was $320,000. Like it was $250,000 for a website, a domain name, and I was like beating myself all the time, like, why didn't I buy that domain? I could have sold it or flipped it, I don't know. And that was like a real letdown, but at the same time, it reassured me that you could make money online. So that was the determining factor that I wanted to make money online, because there are a lot of people doing it, and I want to be one of those guys. So
Yeah.
I think the first thing that people need to know is they need to set their minds into wanting to make money online. And regardless of how many times they try, they need to keep trying, because there's a method for everyone, and you just have to find what method that is, you know?
Yeah, I agree. So you said that in 2011 you kind of got your Udemy account, but you didn't really do anything about it until 2014. What was
Yeah.
the first course that you created for the platform?
Well, I think that well, in order for me to answer that question, I need to uh, tell you a little bit backwards, because after that, when I started finding out which were the ways that you can make money online, I found ClickBank, and I
Ah,
saw a lot of people making money with ClickBank.
mm-hmm.
So there was this product by Rob Benwell called Blogging to the Bank. It was a 70-page PDF, if I'm not wrong, that they showed people how to make money with a blog, and how to install AdSense, how to install, I don't know, how to promote products. And that product, that digital product, sold about $3 million. They had a huge email list, and the traffic just was immense. And the sales video was nothing spectacular. The site was clean, nice, but nothing out of the box. And that product did really well. So I started wanting to create something like that, and I created my first digital product
Mm-hmm.
called 19 and Reach. That
Oh,
was like the at the time. It was 6 years ago, and it was really fun creating it. It was also a PDF, and what happened is that I finished my product, and I was looking for websites where I could upload this product as well, not only ClickBank. And thought I found out this website called CV Leads, where they paid people for not only for sales in ClickBank but also for leads. And I wanted to list my product there.
on that site.
Contacted the interesting thing is that a week later he sends me a Skype message and tells me, well, I found your product really interesting. I want to buy it for 10 grand, and I want to rebrand it with my brand and launch it under my brand. And so I was like, what? I was 19 years old, and I was going to sell a product for 10 grand. So that was like the first great success that I had with internet marketing. And the thing is that not only the content was good, but the way I presented the content, it had images, arrows all over the place, mind maps, graphics, so he really liked it. And for 4 years, he sort of delegated me little jobs to make videos, to create more products, and he paid me like really well throughout those whole years. He also gave me percentages through JV contracts, ClickBank JV contracts, for his membership sites, and those were making about $900 per week. So I remember I was 21 years old, and I was making $900 per week for about a year. So the amount of money was insane. So what
Yeah.
happened is that I created my Udemy account because I was researching about a product in digital marketing. How could people make money? And one of the methods that I named there was Udemy. But of course, I couldn't speak about Udemy before trying Udemy myself. So what I did is that I created the first product that it was called the Idea Generation Bootcamp, and it sort of spoke about what were the standards that made a good idea a great one. And it went on speaking about how ideas can change the world and how can you identify and leverage good ideas. And that was the first Udemy course, and it was in October 2011, and it was a time when Udemy didn't request that at least 60% of the content of your video needed to be audio, so video, I'm sorry. So you could upload like anything that you wanted and call it an online course. So what I
Yeah.
did is that I took this PDF about that I had about ideas, I broke it down into smaller PDFs, and I uploaded it to Udemy. And I remember in about 2 months, that thing had made like $800, just that course. Or
Wow.
only organic traffic, I don't know. But still, to the time, it wasn't like a significant amount to what I was making. So I didn't really took Udemy into consideration.
Hmm.
And last year, we came with this boss that I had. We came to a term in which he started drifting out. He created his own email service provider. I started getting involved with that, but he got into other businesses, and each day he was less time online. So eventually, I started thinking like, okay, this thing is gonna end someday. So what can I do to guarantee my financial future? And I looked back and I remembered that I had created a few courses on Udemy, and that I was seeing the success that people were having with Udemy like right now. Like the first success story that I could relate to was Miguel Hernandez, because there was this guy creating content on animation, like demo videos and how to create Udemy courses, and he was doing like really well. And Udemy themselves, they named it as one of the top earning instructors, and he wasn't native speaking. He was from Spain, like I'm from Chile, so if I always was a bit self-conscious about my accent, like that thing like crossed over any doubts that I may have had. So it was really great like seeing that. And then I found a new partner, and we developed this brand called iMarket Excel that we create marketing courses, and we've had a really successful year, and we finally found a niche that it's like internet marketing, and I'm somehow taking all of the things that I've learned in this 5-6 years of internet marketing experience into the world of online courses, and that's what I'm like doing right now.
That's pretty cool. Especially like when you talk about how much money you were making before in the past. When you think about like $900 a week, there are people where I live at that don't even earn that in a month sometimes. It just depends on what they're doing. So is Udemy, has it turned into a full-time thing for you, or is it still part-time?
Well, right now, I dedicate um, a lot of time to creating my Udemy courses. The thing is that I'm in college. I'm on my third year. I had 2 years of business and economics. Then I took a sabbatical, and then I entered to study design. You know, and
Mhm.
by studying design, I specialized in the digital area and all that has to do with creating experiences. And not only that, but animation, websites, like technical knowledge that I could later apply into my online courses. So right now it's summer for us. We have 3 months, and I can say that in these 3 months I have worked, can you say, double full time? Because I not only work like from 9 to 5 or from 9 to 8, from 9 in the morning to 8 in the afternoon, but I think that the time when I'm most productive is from 11 p.m. until 5 a.m. And that's something that uh, I do not do any. I do not engage in any other activities besides creating my Udemy courses and
Yeah.
creating content, videos, animations. Like it's what it's my life right now. I do not do any other thing that's not that. I see all my friends going to vacations, like 3 month vacations, but to me, having time apart from college and being able to work full time on this, that's
Hmm.
my kind of vacations.
Yeah, and I know that you stay up late because I've talked to you late at night. And you know what's interesting about that? I remember when I was younger that I was most productive late at night, but now I find that if I stay up too late, then the next day I'm just a mess. And so you're lucky that you can do that, you know, to be able to stay up late and create that kind of stuff late at night, because I find myself being more creative. So, how many hours would you say, like, out of your week, do you spend on things like, you know, course creation and marketing your courses?
It's not a fixed amount, but usually um, I have like working sessions. Each working session is between 5 to 6 hours, and I can spend like 5 or 6 hours working, and I do not even realize that I'm working because the time just flies. And I have about 1 or 2 of those each days, and I try to take Saturdays and Sundays off, but most of the times I still do things because creating content is not just writing your script or creating your video or editing your videos. Uh, for me and for other instructors, for example, I use a lot of After Effects in my courses. I do animations, I do renderings, I do introductions, a lot of stuff, and about 30% of the time that I'm in the computer is working on its own. For example, each 10-minute video on Sony Vegas, that's my editing program, takes about between an hour and a half to render. So I have like little intervals of time during the day when I can do stuff. For example, today I was rendering my last video of my newest course, and I had time to go get a haircut, but in my mind, I was at peace because I know that even though I'm not in my computer working, my computer is working on my course. So I try to balance, for example, my leisure times or the times where I have lunch or dinner with the times that I do the rendering for my videos, when I actually produce the videos for the courses.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Or you can do like what I do. I think I told you that I have two laptops and I have a Chromebook. So the laptop that I'm on right now is an HP, which has more power than, you know, the Chromebook or the other laptop. So I tend to have it rendering video on this laptop, and then I just move to another laptop and work on other stuff like uploading the last video that I worked on or something like that. But but it's nice to get away from the computer and do other stuff. I know that you mentioned that, I think you said that your brother is having some kind of event at the house and stuff like that. So sometimes when we're working on courses, for like myself, I find it easy to get distracted. How do you like avoid distractions yourself?
Well, I think that by organizing your priorities, because um, there are times when you can get distracted and there are times where you can't. For example, you can't get distracted when you're recording your videos. So I try to I record my videos in the nighttime when I know that all my family is sleeping and I will not have any type of distractions. Also, uh, for me, my biggest distraction is my bed. So I try to work as far away from my bed as I can, because sometimes I work in my desk in my room and I just like lean over and I end up in my bed and I take a nap. So I try to work really far from my bed, and also in spaces that do not have televisions, or that you know that people won't come in and ask you something or distract you from that. And of course there are other stages of the Udemy course development process that you can get distracted. For example, uploading your videos or creating your course image or writing the descriptions. You can take breaks, you can do it like in little intervals of time, but I think that you need to like set priorities for each of the tasks that involves creating a Udemy course.
Yeah.
So yeah, from well, I can get distracted while recording my videos, so I will find a time and a place where I won't get distracted, and the other things that you can like alternate between that.
Yeah, I think that those are some good ideas because, like you said, recording at night. Where I live is a smaller town out in the country, but it's been noisy lately because of road construction. So a lot of beeping from the construction equipment, which has been driving me crazy. But then what I tend to do is work on other stuff besides the recording, and then, like you said, work on it at nighttime when it's actually been pretty quiet. But then I find myself getting tired where I'm like, oh, okay, I just want to go to bed instead of.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, and I think that's a good idea, like staying away from your bed because it does make it easy to want to climb into the bed and start, sleeping or whatever. So we've talked about that. Let's talk before we go and talk about some of your stuff on your current course. What are some of the things that you do as far as marketing? Do you participate in social media as far as marketing your courses, or are there other areas that you kind of look for to do marketing?
Well, the great thing about Udemy is that, well, this is something that I haven't seen in any other platform or thing that I have tried in the past. Udemy basically markets itself. Like people are constantly seeing your courses, and people are investing. Udemy is investing a lot of money into marketing your own courses. So that's something that it's a great opportunity for instructors that do not have either the time or the expertise to market their courses on their own.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what I do for marketing is the first thing is getting reviews. You need to get good reviews, and reviews from people that you know, okay, that you know that have an opinion and that they can provide an honest and useful feedback. So I try to get reviews. I also use the Udemy Facebook groups. Those are really, really useful when it comes to marketing your courses. I've
Mm-hmm.
tracked some of the success on the courses. I also run a course on the Udemy Marketplace and Instructor Services. It's like really alike to the one that you run, the course Hangout. And I do that, and also I try to use external traffic sources such as article websites or Squidо lenses or any other type of thing that actually has written content. And what I do is that I take some of the material of my course or the course that I want to promote, and I just type it down. I turn it from voice to text, and I create some sort of infographic or blog post, and I just submit it to different sites, and people start getting, they see it and they click the link on the bottom, and they always like encounter some sort of discount, so that gets them excited about
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, I think that that's a great idea. I saw like your infographic that you have for the course that we're going to talk about, and I think that that's one thing that instructors fail to do. I see a lot of instructors that are consistently posting in the Facebook groups their coupons, which I think is fine, but the only thing is that we have to remember in a lot of those groups, it's people like you and I who are hanging out there, and we might not be interested in
No.
a course on finance or a course on coding or app development because
No, you have to find your niche. Like there
exactly.
are a lot of other Facebook groups. Like I remember when I was, I did a lot of. Nowadays, I'm a little bit laying low on these social media sites,
Hmm.
but there was a time on Facebook that I was enrolled in about 100 groups, and there were topics for anything, like
Yeah.
literally anything, and you could get traffic from those. But I think that one thing that Udemy instructors need to take advantage of is the fact that they are creating content, and they not only the content that they create can be uploaded to Udemy. They
Hmm.
can use that content to populate other sites and other things that they can use to bring in traffic, because they need to start seeing themselves as content creators. They need to start blogging. They need to create a website in which they can drive organic traffic from Google. They can turn those visitors into email subscribers by any opt-in form, and they start feeding them content like on a weekly basis, just content that they know that they will dig, the subscribers will dig, and eventually, whenever you launch your course, you can have a 1 or 2K list that you just send to your Udemy course, and they become part of your Udemy students as well. But I think that when you said that Udemy was this sort of passive income stream, that you need to have some sort of activity beside Udemy that backs up your courses. Like you need to stop relying on Udemy alone to bring you traffic, students, and revenue.
Yeah, I think that's a great point because before we started talking, I had mentioned Rob Cubbins, and he mentions that you can't rely specifically on Udemy. So he does a lot of blogging, and he also works on building his email list, and I do the same thing. I have a list of about 800 now. So when I release my next course, that I can go to that. And if something happens to Udemy and it's gone, now, a lot of people will say, well, nothing's going to happen to this website and all of that. Well, a lot of these people weren't back around in the year 2000 when I was living in Seattle, and a lot of .com shut down. There was a .com that delivered food, groceries, and the workers of that company went to work one day and their badges wouldn't work. The website was gone. So I'm hoping that that's not going to happen because I really like what's going on. And, I've met people like yourself and Matt and Rob and all of these different instructors. But we have to remember the blogging, doing that, building the email marketing list. So you have some great points that you mentioned there.
Yeah, that's internet marketing. Like what I used to do before Udemy is exactly that, create email list, a blog, and it was really hard to get traffic for your products, your information products in the past. And what happened with ClickBank is something that could possibly happen with Udemy. The thing is that ClickBank got crowded of all of these get rich quick schemes, that
Hmm.
all that did was, okay, this is the new traffic system in which you just push a button and you will become rich overnight. And they had this video with a guy driving a car, getting to a house and saying hello to his wife, and everything was perfect, and he just sat in the computer for 5 minutes, and that he made all the money. But the thing is that the people making that money weren't the ones buying the products, but the ones selling it. So Clickbank got this success also because a lot of vendors started selling a lot of like bogus products, or they were not fake products, but they were products that overpromised a lot. And each new
Yeah.
week we had like 10 of those new products, like your email got flooded by get rich quick programs, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a
I
little
think I
bit
told
what I'm
you.
seeing that's happening with Udemy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I've
of
seen
these
that.
courses, yeah.
Yeah. I think I told you that ClickBank is actually located here in Boise.
Yeah,
I've been there. It's pretty cool, like, seeing what they've done and all of that. But you're right, like some of these courses that kind of overpromise and all of that, we're seeing that on Udemy, and we're going to talk about your course here in just a bit. I have something that I'm doing that's kind of around marketing on Udemy with coupons and things like that. And so it makes me worry a little bit, because there's the discussion in the Udemy studio, but I'm not making any promises in my course that you're going to make X amount of dollars. All I'm showing is some of the stuff that you need to do, like creating a WordPress website, which is affordable, and going to all of these websites that allow you to post your coupons for your course,
yeah,
because that helps you build your search engine optimization. I've noticed that, like, that when I type in the names of our keywords for my course, that it's starting to show up on Google. So hopefully that'll bring more organic traffic to Udemy for people who might be searching for something that I'm teaching on the course. So
it's like an
let's
all-rounded approach to course publishing, not just how to create the course, but everything that surrounds that. That's like
yeah.
the approach that I see for your course.
Yeah, because so many people, like the instructors, I see in the Udemy studio, kind of think that because what they see, that they're going to post their course and they're going to get a sale right away, and it's like, well, what are you doing? Well, I just made my course live, and it's like, well, that's good, but what else are you doing? And they're not marketing, they're not blogging, they don't have the website, they haven't posted any coupons, and if you don't do that, you're not going to see the success that other people like Alan Hill and Matt and yourself have seen on the platform. So let's go ahead and talk about, let's go ahead and we'll move right into your current course and talk about some of the things, because I think that you're doing a cool thing that people are kind of talking about now, and I want to know more about that.
Perfect. Well, the idea of this course like was always around like I wanted to create like I wanted first of all I wanted to document the process of creating an online course. So my course is really about how to create an online course, but like a professional online course, like how to do it for a living. So I'm studying design, so I'm really taking the point of view of a designer, because whenever we create apps or websites or products, I don't know, we first identify a problem, well, a user, and a user has a problem, and then you create a product that fulfills the needs of that user, and a lot of different tools and techniques to actually understand the person that your course is directed to, your target student. So my course is called Udemy Superhero because I really like the concept of a superhero, of someone that comes and saves you out of a difficult situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I took this concept because I want to allow teachers and entrepreneurs to be able to create an online course, a professional online course, and help them acquire all the skills needed to do this. So I broke down the course development process into 4 phases. We have the planning phase, the production phase, the publishing phase, and the promotion phase. And the cool thing about this is that each of these phases could be an online course on their own. They're between 1.5 and 3 hours each. So the whole online course is about 6 hours. And I talked about a lot of different things, for example, in the planning phase that will help students, that will help my students, of course, know how, what, when, and where to create their online courses. I have a lot of information that has to do with market research, competitor analysis, defining a target student profile, how to get to know your target students, how to do surveys, where to find the students' needs, and a lot of information that gives us insight into how to create our online course, how to structure our learning objectives, how to what type of content to create, how long does your course need to be according to the profile of the students that you're going to be teaching, and a lot of that things. And then we move to the production phase, and in the production phase I talk about all the different types and of course that you can create. I'm a very visual person, so I teach people how to take these long presentations and focus them on not longer slides, but more number of slides, and that makes the whole presentations more dynamic, how to use colors, where to buy pictures, stock audio. So it's a really comprehensive course that includes, well, not right now, but I'm planning on including everything that I learn along the way. I will be adding to that course. And the cool thing about the course is that at the end of the course I publish my course and people can see how I came up with each of the things in the course. So what I'm doing to market this course and to get this Udemy Superhero out there is that I'm using the Warrior Forum. Okay, I have created a lot of, well, there's a section in the Warrior Forum called the Warrior Special Offers, in which people actually offer some certain things of value and sell them for a really a moderate price. It's between $1 and $40. Like every offer, it's between that. And the thing about that is that products usually get a lot of exposure over there. So what I'm doing,
forum?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
they have a lot of traffic on that site.
it's a lot of traffic, and it's people that are familiar with internet marketing and are starting out, you know, and they hang around, they give advice. It's like a really large Udemy studio, but
Yeah.
regarding everything in internet marketing. And what I saw is that very little people in the Warrior Forum knew about Udemy. That was like my greatest shock, and that's why I wanted to use this forum to boost my course, because I saw about 3 special offers, 3 WSOs that had to do with Udemy. One of them was by Dave Espino, and that offer got picked as product of the day.
Wow.
And it sold a lot of copies, and he uploaded this product on March, and yesterday I saw February 17th that he was still answering threads and selling copies. So it's a really good way for also some kind of passive income. But regardless of that, there are about, I don't know, 100,000 WSOs on the forum, and out of all of them, only 3 are about Udemy, and there should be like 5,000 about list building, 2,000 about ClickBank, and only 3 about Udemy. So that grabbed my attention, and I spotted the opportunity right there. So
Yeah.
this course of mine is aimed also at helping warriors, these people that actually know internet marketing, get in the studio, or get in Udemy, and actually start developing courses and become instructors themselves, because they have skills, they have knowledge, and I know that eventually they will like raise the bar of Udemy in terms of quality and content, and
Yeah.
that's like my humanitarian goal. I want to help Udemy grow in terms of quality and content.
hmm You know, just real quick, I'm actually on warriorforum.com looking at their main forums, and the Warrior Special offers, which is WSO, has 3,431 people viewing right now. There are 70,000 threads and over 2.3 million posts. That's crazy.
Yeah, I actually miscalculated the numbers a bit. I think I was just talking about the ones in 2014.
hmm
But if we, I think the Warrior Forum started in 1997, so
Yeah.
it has been around like 18 years. So those those 100,000 posts that I talked about, you can multiply them by 15, and then you get, yeah, it's like a million like threads. It's a lot. Out of
I,
all of them, only three are about Udemy.
Yeah, I find that fascinating because I have actually been on Warrior Forum as a member for maybe 10 years. I'd have to look because I know that it was purchased by freelancer.com, I think, and
Yeah.
part of their company. But I would have never thought about doing something like this to promote my Udemy course. So I think that if we can maybe do screen sharing, can you talk a little bit about how this is done and maybe find one of those three that we're talking about and show us?
Okay, let us check if we can share our screen. But first, I want to tell you about something. I'm
Yeah, go
getting
ahead.
logging in, and that's that people think that the Warrior Forum is only about selling stuff. Well, it's not. Uh, I think about 95% of the information available in the Warrior Forum is free. Okay, people give out a lot of stuff, checklists, mind maps. They give a specific course of action to achieving certain stuff. So if there's anything, and this goes out to every Udemy instructor out there, if there's anything regarding marketing that you have a doubt on, check the Warrior Forum, because they probably will have a thread on the specific thing that you're having doubts. And
Mhm.
if you do not have any doubts, just check the forum out and you'll get a lot of marketing ideas. And they have a specific category for each of the marketing aspects. So
Yeah.
that's something that we need to take into consideration.
I'm glad we're talking about this because I always forget about that stuff. There's another forum out there for affiliate marketers, and I do that too. And I keep forgetting that, that we have these forums that have been out there for a long time with a lot of great information. And like you said, a lot of that information is free. And
Exactly.
what they do is that they will put their web address or whatever on there so that somebody gets it for free, but they see this website, go over to the website and see they're like, oh wow, they gave me this for free and this is great content. They have this other content on their website that they charge for. I'm okay with buying that content because I know that this person puts out good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And well, if I'm going to try to share my screen right now. Where
Yeah,
are
let's see if
you?
we can do that so we can show because I mean
Screen
I
share.
another instructor posted in my group recently about this, and I allowed them to keep that post in the group because I know what Warrior Forum is, but I started looking at it more, and Matt Bernstein is actually, he's done something. His might be one of the three. He's,
Yeah, no, what he does, I probably might be wrong in here, No, my screen just multiplies into infinity. I don't know why.
It should allow you to pick when you share. It should allow you to pick one of the apps that would be running like your browser.
It doesn't say browser. It just says Google Hangouts, an entire screen.
You have Chrome open, right?
Yeah.
Or I always forget about Firefox too. Well, I mean, if you want to just
Well,
go ahead
it's
and
not necessary because I can just talk about this.
yeah,
What I think what Matt Bernstein's doing and what other people are doing is that, for example, they have a 199 course, and all of the they just and I'm going to search for the topic right now so I can see exactly how many people have seen this thread. What they do is that they create a coupon code, say for 9 or $19, and they just say they basically copy their sales description and put it on the Warrior forum. They put their sales video, their sales description, and they say, okay, get my Udemy course as an exclusive offer for just $9. You won't pay 199. Use this link and pay $9. So if you invest, because in order for you to be able to post a WSO, you need to invest $20.
that's not bad.
So yeah, so imagine you have a program, for example, like Alon's that he charges $4.99. Okay, imagine you charge $4.99, well, or $2.99, it doesn't matter, and you create a $19 back coupon, and you pay $19 to get this thread up. So you just need one sale to make that money back, and everything else out of that one sales is poor profit, you know. And you can just keep doing this. You put this, you get 3 sales. Out of those 3 sales, you invest again those $19 when your thread falls out the first page into the second to get it up again. So it's basically something that if you put your time into that, it doesn't have to end, and you can make like a lot of money out of promoting your Udemy courses on the Warrior forum.
Yeah, do you think that like images help actually attract more buyers than just text alone?
In what?
In the WSO, because I've
In the
noticed like
thread?
because I think that a thread that has images and is kind of like I like lost the word right now, that funnels you down through to buy that product. That if I see just text, that's not interesting to me. But if I see pictures and then buy this and it's got a price, buy now, I'm
Well,
more likely to click on that.
you need to see my threads, my WSO threads. If I send you a link, can you display it in your screen share?
I might be able to. We can check.
Because I believe exactly what you just said. I basically all of my WSO threads are Photoshop files. I
Uh-huh.
do not write anything with the threads; they're all images, and
Yeah.
I have had really good conversion rates with those alone.
Yeah, it looks
And
better, I think, than just text alone. You can, so you're just going to send it to me here.
oh well,
Yeah.
this is not Skype. Can I send text?
You should be able to send text in the group chat here.
Or I can send out. It's the chat, perfect. I'm new to Hangouts, but I really liked it. Like, it has a lot more options than Skype.
I know. I'm surprised that you don't know about it. I love Hangouts. It's like I should be teaching a Udemy course.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I keep looking out to the left here because there's a window, and it's February and it's very nice here in Idaho. It was 50 degrees today. It's sunny, so those of you who are
No, it's
watching Hangout, that's the reason why I keep looking that way. It's too good to believe. There's no snow here. I think we might have some snow this weekend. I hope so.
okay.
So
This is something
send
that
me
I
that
did.
link and I'll try to bring it up.
This is one.
Okay.
That has a little bit more text than images, but it's all images either way.
Is this live?
Live?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. Is it live you asked?
Yeah, is what you're sending me live now
Yeah,
on the site?
you will be able to see it. Yeah,
Okay,
you're
so
live, right?
let me try to share the screen, and guess what? Yeah, I'm a Hangouts expert. You see it?
Yeah, I see it now. Perfect. There
There
you
we
go.
go. So let me scroll down through this as I'm talking so that it stays focused on me. You can see what this looks like, what he's talking about. So you can see that he's got very nice images. So he's got this look and feel that, because you can see his little character there at the bottom. So he's, you know, you're a professional at this. So maybe you should sell this service on Fiverr. And do this for others, and then you can become a millionaire at this, because this is really nice stuff that you do here.
And that's one. And on my Udemy Superhero course, I teach how to write sales pages and product descriptions and the scripts for the sales videos.
Can I
And I
ask,
teach
is that how much it's going to be right there?
$5.
And does that increase? Because I know that they have what's called a
No,
dime.
that's an option. You can put, for example, increase 10 cents every 5 sales, and you can say increase $1 every sale, or you have the option to do that,
So,
and that's
so
because
why
we
do you
use
do?
it's a payment processor, and the
Yeah.
payment processor company do this, and it's not a company, it's a site from a guy named Mike, and
Uh-huh.
it's called Warrior Plus, and they handle everything for you. You just need to set up your product. It's free to set up on Warrior Plus,
Yeah.
and they pay you like each time. This is something that I really, really, really like about the Warrior Forum. That each time that I make a sale, I get the money straight to my PayPal, like in 10 seconds. I do not have to wait like a month or 2 months to get my money, and that's why I use the Warrior Forum, because I need money like right now. Like to do this now. And well, if you click on the other WSO, I can tell you an interesting story about that. The second one that I sent you.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that this is sharing, because I just noticed something
Yeah,
on this.
no, I see it. I see it on the screen.
Yeah, I know you see it, but I'm hoping that it's getting recorded so that others can see it. I wanted to ask you a quick question though. Why did you choose this format at $5 rather than doing a dime sell? Because I think that that creates sense of urgency, because I have been on this site before and I've seen products and I'm like, oh no, it's going to go up in price, so I better get it right now. So why did you choose $5 instead of the dime sell?
Well, because this product didn't really take off, and what I do is that I first analyze if the product is going to be successful, and after that I increase. For example, $5 is the base price. So whenever I pass the 100 sales, I start the dime sale, and it starts going up and up and up, because I know people are reacting to it. But if I do a dime sale and the product is not selling well, I end up losing money. So you can see, for example, in the other one, the other link that I send you, I'm actually doing a dime sale.
Have you sent that? Because I'm not seeing it on the screen yet.
Yeah, I did it. I'm gonna send it again.
Okay, there we go. I think that the okay. So what we were looking at was not. I just realized it's not your current course.
No, but well, this one, no, these are the other WSOs. The one that I'm doing right now,
Uh
I
huh.
have almost all the graphics ready, but it's not exactly ready right now. And this one is actually a Udemy course, but it's not. I'm not selling my Udemy course. I first created this WSO, and then I took this content and turned it into a Udemy course.
Mm-hmm.
And that course right now, is, well, it's the course that I keep for free, and it has about 7,000 students right now on Udemy. You know, people really liked it.
Yeah, and we can see like below how you can, people can chime in and you can answer them on the Warrior Forum, which is nice because you build that relationship with those individuals who are buying your course. So yeah, and what are you using to build the slides or to build the images?
Oh, it's just Photoshop.
Oh, okay. And there are other
Yeah, it's
software out there.
Photoshop and basic typographic design, some templates when it comes to the 3D stuff, Illustrator for the arrows and sort of things, and After Effects for the sales videos.
Yeah, very nice stuff.
So this is a good thing about a Warrior Special offer, because if you have content, you can sell it, and you can structure anything that you want to sell to the warriors, all of the other warriors out there, and you can actually make a really nice passive income with it. To me, right now, for example, Udemy would be like my main business, and the Warrior Forum would be my way to get some passive income. You know?
You know what? Now I'm probably confused here because how, like, once I set something up like this, or once an instructor sets up something like this, are they pointing people to a coupon to get their course on Udemy, or are they packaging?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Well, what I do is that I have a lot of experience in creating mini sites my um, for my products, and that's something that I indeed can show you how I do it. But I basically use Instapage or any other mini site development software to
So when you say
superhero.com.
many sites,
No, I'm going to show you like right now what I mean.
uh-huh,
But before Udemy, we needed to create our own way to host and show our videos. You
yeah,
know, we need to use either Amazon or YouTube, and it wasn't as simple as it is right now to host a video course. And that's something that people do not realize, but it's true.
yeah.
You
And
need to
videos are large
hold
files too.
really large file, and you need the broadband and
Hmm.
everything else to
Yeah.
actually manage to do that.
I know it's interesting that people get frustrated when Udemy's website has problems, but we forget that there's a lot of servers that are hosting that data, that your videos, your content, and it takes a big pipeline to send all of that out. And it's only possible today because of our broadband speeds increasing on the internet.
Yeah, you told me this the other day, and I really thought about it, and it's true.
Yeah. Well,
Because
think about
videos
Facebook.
are, yeah,
Facebook is huge. I mean, and Facebook is free, and people like get frustrated because there's ads on Facebook, but Facebook's got to pay for those servers. They have to pay for people to work for them, you know. So,
yeah,
so it takes some money for sure. So you got that
exactly.
website that you wanted to send over so we can take a look at a mini site.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to send you the link 1 second now for the well, the Udemy Superhero thing. I'm not, and this is something that I want to clarify now. For the WSO, I'm not just giving people a coupon to a Udemy course. I created a version of this thing that of this Udemy Superhero that
Hmm.
it's focused directly on warriors. And because one of the things that I did is that I turned one of my WSOs into a Udemy course, and I have a few videos where I explain people how exactly did I do this, you know? And I think that warriors will be more interested in finding out about this than just taking the Udemy course that's aimed at Udemy instructors, because
Yeah.
I'm showing them some extra things that are not in the site. So I'm giving them some um, like some power, some things that they can take advantage of.
Yeah, and Udemy instructors might be interested in that too, to see how they can do something like this on a different platform besides Udemy, because like we've talked about previously, that there are no guarantees that Udemy.com will be around 5, 10 years or whatever from now. One of the things that I've always thought about, and especially like with where you live at, we talked about earthquakes. Udemy is headquartered in San Francisco. I'm hoping that they're smart enough that their servers aren't located in San Francisco, because when I lived in Seattle, we had a significant earthquake and a lot of companies were caught off guard. Like Starbucks could not pay its employees because their headquarters got damaged, and so they had to pay employees out of the registers at various Starbucks locations. Now they're smart enough to know that, okay, we're going to host our servers in places like Boise, Idaho, or in the middle of the United States where they don't have those type of natural disasters. So, you
Yeah,
never
that's a
you never
smart
know.
move because we do not know what's going to happen regarding nature.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So you have to make sure that you've got your stuff on Udemy, but this is another place, and there are other websites like Skillfeed and Skillshare and stuff like that, which would be an entirely different hangout. But there's other websites that you can host your courses on and earn some income. So you just sent me a link there, and it looks like that the URL doesn't go to. I'm getting a 404 error there.
well, I think that's because oh, it's great. It's funny because I just did something to publish that page like right now because it wasn't published, but I made a version so you could see it. But let me take a look at see what's wrong. Hangout. Let me see right now. Publish. So now, because I create things on Instapage. Instapage is a really good website, an intuitive website builder. And what I do is that I link that to my WordPress site, and I keep a regular theme for my blog. I don't know, but I create squeeze pages and landing pages for um, for my WordPress site,
Yeah,
and I do not have to change the themes around like all the time.
yeah. Instapage is one that you've talked about. I use lead pages. So if you're interested in creating landing pages for something like this and using WordPress, I preach WordPress. A couple of my courses, that's what I talk about, is
Mm.
integrating WordPress into marketing your Udemy courses. And so what Max uses is called Instapage or Instapages, I think.
Yeah, Instapage,
Yeah,
and
and I
also,
use
well,
Lead Pages for mine. So
no, it's great because it's on regular themes. For example, including an opt-in form anywhere, it's like a hassle. Like, how do I do it? And with Instapage, you just link, for example, to your Mailchimp account, and you put like it's like you draw the opt-in forms, and it's like really easy. And one of the things that I think is going to stick in the future is the fact that uh, we will host in the future our own online courses. Like Udemy would be something of the past. Uh, like people will trust the brands that have their own online schools, and there are softwares and companies that are taking care of making that happen, like right now.
Yeah.
For
I'm
example,
still
have you heard
thinking,
about Fedora?
yeah, I've heard of Fedora. Yep, yep. I'm
Yeah,
still in the
I'm setting
order.
up my courses. Yeah, in Fedora you can make a click and you can import all of your courses from Udemy and sell them on your own site like in 5 minutes. So it's crazy. It's
Hmm.
something that I think in the future will be much valued than Udemy, because if the platform gains a bad reputation, it doesn't mean that your course should as well. But anyone that has courses on Udemy, if Udemy hasn't gains a bad reputation, will be affected. But if in the future you create your own online school, your reputation is up to you. You only need, for example, Fedora or other companies to provide you with the technology to host your video courses and to structure your video content as this sort of lecture after lecture and after lecture. And it makes the learning process dynamic and easy, and people can also add discussions, they can comment, they can skip videos. So I think that's like where it's all heading, like something like Fedora and this little and self-hosted and self-branded online schools.
Yeah. Well, what we're doing too, I've actually, in my discussion for my courses, I've talked to my students about interest in doing a hangout like this with me. So now that they've taken the course, and I'll require that they have to have so much of the course already taken, and then I'll go live with them and answer questions about the course, because I think that that's a good way to build a relationship with those students, not only through your course, but live like this, you know.
Yeah,
So,
but exactly.
yeah. So, any luck on that so we can show that? Because we want to start
Well,
wrapping this
is
up here
the last link that yeah, check the last link that I sent you.
with just
What,
the
the one
one.
that says udemysuperhero.com/hangout.
I got it. So we can go ahead and show this?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go ahead and share. This is what I love about Hangouts, is that the ability to do all of these different things.
And
So
that are
here we go.
required.
Here it is. Here it is live.
And that's the, for example, the planning phase of my WSO, where I go, like each of these things are lectures. I teach people how to pick their skill, where to pick it, how to use Google Trends,
Hmm.
um,
I've
how
seen this
to,
before.
yeah, yeah, that's a gift that they gave us.
I know, and a lot of people I don't think utilize that. So
No, I want people to use it because we need to feel the demand to actually see what people require in the future.
yeah, I mean, there's so much like right here when you look at this, especially like software, and I mean it's crazy.
Yeah,
Market marketing. No wonder so many people are making copywriting courses lately, and Google Analytics, and look what's right here, ClickBank.
yeah. I'm actually planning a course on not just ClickBank, but affiliate marketing in general.
I can go take a photo of their building next to the Boise River.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Spencer has invited me so many times over.
Yeah, I know. I when I went there for lunch, I just kind of kept looking outside because the river that goes through Boise is right next to their office there. So this is a squeeze page that you've used or that you've put together using the gosh,
Instapage.
the what? Say it again.
Instapage?
Instapage. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not called a squeeze page. It's just a, well, it's a mini site. It's a site comprised only of 5 pages.
Oh,
And
so
the
they
first
let you set it up like that
page,
then?
introduction.
Okay. And then it integrates into WordPress, and that's why it's showing up on your website, even though you've created it in another location, right?
That page as one, like when you say go to start here, you will start there and then you go to planning. No, that will not work like right now.
I see that. I won't click.
production, publishing, promotion, and extras. So it's a mini site comprised of 6 pages, and in each of these pages, I use videos and text and images and maps and everything like that to guide people through the whole process.
So this what we're looking at in essence is the course that they would be buying through the WSO that you'll
Yeah,
have on Warrior Forum, right?
exactly. It's going to
And
be live tomorrow.
when this comes out, when we release this, we'll put a link to that. We'll figure that out so that if you're interested in taking this course, that you can go right to the link and purchase this and start taking this. So you have that option there. The I got to go back. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing this because I want to go back to my notes there. So we've got
Perfect.
me again. So I want to, before, like, as we wrap things up, just go over any final thoughts that you have, and then let people know about where they can find you at on Udemy or online. Okay?
Perfect. Well, what I think that the message that I would like to convey to people, like to wrap things up, is that do not limit yourself to the experience that Udemy gives you. Like, Udemy should be not your main income source, but rather something that's like a backup plan, like the plan B. Like, this thing is giving me money to, for example, um, Udemy money can be the same money that you can invest to promote or spending advertising for other products. You know, you can create membership sites, you can host your own online schools using Fedora, you can create Warrior WSOs, and the good thing is that if you're a Udemy instructor, then you're already familiar with the whole content creation and publishing process. So tapping into the other income sources, whether it's the Warrior Forum, ClickBank, Fedora, I don't know, it's not going to be hard because you're already familiar and you know how to create content that people actually buy.
Yeah.
And you, whether you consider or not, you're an internet marketer, and you need to use all of the tools that an internet marketer uses. That's why I think that the course that Dennis is planning is a really interesting approach to this thing, because that's like our missions. If we were superheroes, that would be like our main mission, you know, to make this Udemy mentality grow into actually turning that into a business. So always be in the lookout for other ways to make money online, and if you're making money on Udemy, you can double or triple it using other income sources, okay, other websites where you can teach, or if you're already teaching something, build a blog, create a blog and start building your list, because that will give enormous value to your brand, because you on your own, you are a brand, and also it will help you establish yourself as an authority. And where do people can find me? Right now I'm working on two different brands, and one is iMarketExcel. You can find us at imarketexcel.com, and I'm building my own blog, and it's called Skill Marketing, and the blog will be live on skill.marketing. I'm using one of those new and cool domain names,
Hmm.
and that's where I will be able to connect with people and actually tell them about all of the different developments that have been happening in the content creation areas. Okay, how I have engaged with my students, how I have created new courses, what are my plans for the future, what are my predictions, and I will be able to also create new courses based on the feedback that instructors give me, okay, that the instructors that I'm educating, for example, with my online course, will be able to give me. And I also created a Facebook group, a secret Facebook group for all people who join my Udemy Superhero either course, product, or WSO, where we will be able to discuss things on a more personal basis. Okay, I want to get to know those instructors, and every time they publish an online course, I want to help them get this course out there. Okay, whether it's on a blog, on a Facebook group, or on a Squirrel Lens, I don't know, on or even a WSO. Okay, so that's my intention, to connect with instructors that want to help me build this new generation of Udemy instructors that are focused on both quality and content.
Well, that sounds great, and we want to remind them too that you have that website, UdemySuperhero.com, right underneath below here, and
Yeah.
I've also my website there, www.dennisjsmith.com. And I want to thank everybody for joining us today on what I call UHangout, and it's just hangouts with Udemy instructors like Max and myself, and hopefully we'll be able to get some coupons for your other courses on Udemy as well as
Yeah, of course.
and I just want to let instructors out there know that if you've got a Udemy course and you want to have it marketed or you want it online, then
That was
go
what
to
I was gonna say. That use
what's
his
that?
website. He use that this guy's website. Online
Yeah,
course coupons.
on onlinecoursecoupons.com, and you can get your free course listing there on the website. The website actually has had a lot of traffic. It's increased to now like something like 3,000 visits a month. That doesn't sound like a lot, but compared to a lot of websites out there, you'd be surprised that it actually is. And I have been seeing there are several instructors who have had success. I know that I just put out an email yesterday with MailChimp and got some good results with that. Some courses out there that are Udemy related, or Camtasia, which is a application to film your screen captures and things like that. So visit onlinecoursecoupons.com, visit Max's website, and Max, I want to thank you again for joining me today, and good luck with the launch of your new course.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me and giving me uh, the opportunity to actually speak like one-on-one, because I saw your other hangouts and it was like 6 of the coolest people on Udemy, and everyone wanted to speak, and it was like, whoa, it was really easy. So I think this is a great development for well, for you, because you are a great host, and for the people that are watching this, because they can get to know other instructors and get inspired by these stories. And eventually, if you want and you feel like you have something to say, contact Dennis. He has given you your website, and start speaking with him. He's a really interesting guy, and you won't get bored with him. And whatever it is that you want to say, he'll make sure that you find the proper means to say it, okay, and to teach other people, because it's all about education, and it's all about helping each other and building this community of instructors, because that's the only way that we will make Udemy actually last, by putting our minds and efforts into creating a quality community that centers around teaching and, of course, the content.
Great. Well,
And thanks a lot.
thanks, thanks, Matt. Max. We talked about Matt. Matt's another friend of mine, but thanks, Max. We'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Perfect.